It's all coming down, people. It's over. It's done. Pack it up, Kotaku. Pack it up, Polygon. It's over, man. Ain't Gamergate's over. Everything's over. It's like 2016 is over. It's all coming down. Okay, let's get this out of here. Okay. So gaming journalism is finally taking another fat L, which is, well, unsurprising to the likes of, sites like Kotaku, IGN, GameSpot, Metacritic. All these faux journalists are now starting to realize, well, they're not really that necessary. Of course, job layoffs are hitting a lot of markets in the United States, especially in the tech industry. You can remember we saw some articles about that later, or last stream. Microsoft laid off 10,000 people. That's a whole small town right there. 10,000 people. That's not a small number right there. No, it isn't. Let me make sure just the audio is going good, because I'm trying to make sure I'm coming in nicely. You get? Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Okay. All right. So let's start off with the first article. Yeah. Fandom lays off employees across Giant Bomb, GameSpot, and Metacritic. This is courtesy of Ivan Mehta of, TechCrunch. Posted just yesterday. Entertainment company Fandom has laid off an unspecified number of employees across multiple properties, including Giant Bomb, GameSpot. Shut up, Microsoft. You got 10,000 people gone. Shut up. Stop giving me notifications. Anyway, including Giant Bomb, GameSpot, and Metacritic. These properties are mainly focused on publishing content around gaming and TV shows. According to a report by Variety, the company employs around 500 people, and the layoffs will affect roughly 10% of its staff across different sites. Employees were caught off guard by this surprise. And this is the part that kills me. How are you surprised? How are you surprised? Don't worry. The further we go down this, the further we're going to see a lot of shenanigans and stuff. Like gaming journalism was always a joke. People never took gaming journalists seriously. Maybe they took IGN ratings seriously for maybe a short time, maybe a few years, until they realized how much of a joke there was. Don't worry, I have some tabs pulled up that you can see at the top of just IGN not knowing what the fuck they're doing. It's pretty much has become a meme. It's like, and then, post 2015 2015 Gamergate was high and hot. You saw a lot of these, gaming journalists just outright attack quote unquote gamers. Well, it's really just people that are trying to enjoy games without reviews being, fuddied with a bit of poo-tang. But whatever. Apparently, oh god, and then it really took a nosedive in 2016. God, I remember all those articles of just gaming journalists absolutely going bizarre. Nothing was the same after 2016. Everything was, somewhat normal, and then 2016 happened, and just everyone, half the country went insane for some reason. Or not just half, 3/4 of the country went insane almost. And it seems like. Which, again, I want to emphasize this. What I said last stream was never put yourself never identify yourself with a company, don't identify yourself with politics, because politics will end up disappointing you half the time. Not even. No, politics will disappoint you all the time. All the time. All the time. Both parties are shit. So anyway, the announcement made by CEO Perkins Miller during an all-hands meeting as per Kotaku. The job cuts come months after Fandom acquired a host brands, Comic Vine, Cord Cutters, News, Game Facts. So they acquired stuff. So acquired all these brands in October, and then sources told TechCrunch at that time that the size of the deal was around $55 million. Now, I want to emphasize this number right here, $55 million. $55 million is not a lot. For all this, for Comic Vine, Cord Cutters News, Game Facts, GameSpot, Giant Bomb, Metacritic, and TV Guide. TV fucking Guide. All that for $55 million. $55 million. That wasn't a deal. That wasn't a deal. It was a fucking fire sale. They sold these sites for pennies on the dollar in big business. Yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, this is nothing. You can see where this is going. During the acquisition announcement, Fandom said this deal will help the company super serve its advertising partners to provide fuel for its data platforms and gaming e-commerce verticals. No, I don't think it's going to super serve. I think they're just trying to cut the fat. They're cutting the fat because they know, Fandom knows that these sites are absolutely worthless. Nobody's going to GameSpot for gaming news. Nobody's going to Giant Bomb for Giant Bomb reviews. No one is going to IGN to see what they think of the latest game. It's like, people do this. If people want to know what their favorite game, like what game, if people want a review of their favorite game, they'll go to YouTube. They'll go to people they know. They'll go to people that review games. I'm trying to think of another one. Like Skill Up, like Yang, like someone else, like Mandalore Games, like Seth. They'll go to those people if they want a review of a certain game. They're not going to these sites anymore. No one is. And that's why they're getting sold for fucking jack shit. Its advertising partners provide fuel for its data platforms and gaming e-commerce verticals, whatever. That's just corporate speak. Fandom was founded in 24. Oh, it was founded by Wikipedia. Okay, that's enticing. That's nice. Some folks like GameSpot entertainer editor Matt Elfring, video producer Jess O'Brien, aka Voidburger, okay, and graphical designer Justin tweeted about frustrating layoffs. Oh god, are these the jobs he's been into? Okay, so Whiskey Media, Comic Vine, went to CBS Interactive, Comic Vine, and GameSpot, and then went to Red Ventures, Comic Spot, and then went to Fandom, and now jobless. I think this is all the sites he's moved to, so yeah. I hope you all at GameSpot. I love you all at GameSpot. You all made me so happy. That job was something I was so lucky to have for 7 years. I cannot believe it's all gone. Huh, strange. 7 years ago, eh? Let's run the clock back around. So, 22, 3, 22, 1, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. So, yeah. So he has had a job there since 2016. 2016 was a good year for not just gaming journalists, but just media all around. That was the year of the Trump boom, in case you've forgotten, where everyone was talking about Trump. You know, both good and bad. Mostly bad. A lot of bad. Like, dear God. Like, dear God, get these people some help. They literally are making this man their entire life. Bad. Bad. So in that they had an audience of people outraged, the Trump outrage mob that constantly would watch or look at all their shit. But now Trump's not in office anymore, and Trump's not in office anymore. That boom is gone. That boom is absolutely gone. And now the journalists are finding out that, oh shit, are now realizing that, oh shit, we don't have anyone to talk about. Well, at least anybody we don't like. That's as big as Trump to talk about, to make fun of, to write hit pieces on. And now the industry's collapsing. Now they're not making any money anymore. As if they ever made any. Because most of these sites were run on venture capital. And now it's all drying up. It's all going away. Lamau. Yeah, how are you surprised, Voigtberger? Yeah, no, they're cutting the fat. You're unnecessary. You are unnecessary. Honestly, for a nice moderate site, for a nice moderately sized web gaming journalist site, you just need one. You would probably need just one editor. And then here's Justin's tweet. Well, for the first time in my life, I've been laid off and just feeling numb. It's been a wonderful year working with GameSpot, Giant Bomb, TV Guide, and Metacritic. But now I've got to start to figure out what the fuck is next. Just at a loss for now, to say the very least. What you should have been doing is you should have been seeing the writing on the wall and getting your parachute ready, updating your resume and looking for greener pastures. How the fuck are you surprised by this? No one. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. Your whole industry is a fucking joke. Everyone makes fun of this. Okay, and we've reached out for fandom for comment, and they will update the story if we hear back. Several gaming entertainment media outlets have faced layoffs in the last few months. Some IGN staffers were impacted last month. Oh, this one's actually a nice one. Oh. While Polygon employees were axed as part of a Vox cut job in July. You're starting to see a pattern here, right? Right? So IGN cut staffers right before Game Awards season. Right before Game Awards season. That's the real funny part. Do you think IGN would want to keep extra staff on for Game Awards season, where all the games, all the hottest things in gaming news would be around? But no. No. Those extra staffers were redundant. And Polygon faced a job cut in July. Okay. So, beyond that, let's move on to something else. This is courtesy of Clownfish TV. These guys are actually good. Nice. I would recommend subscribing to them or just paying their website a visit, because I think they're doing good work. Real good work. We're probably just gonna watch... let's see. Should I watch the whole video? Depends. How long is it? Well, let's read the description. More video game news websites are seeing layoffs in January, and January isn't even over yet. No, like I said, 2023 is looking to be a nice year. A very nice year. Very interesting year. At least in all of this. Layoffs hit Vox Media, owned by Polygon, one day after Giant Bomb and GameStop also announced layoffs. Is Kotaku next? Is this the end of this era of video game journalism? No, it's not the end of an era. Because if it was an era, it'd be good. Well, maybe. I don't know. There's nothing memorable about video game journalism. It was all a fucking joke. All of it. Maybe there are some good gaming journalists like Jason Schreier, but they are few and far between. But let's go ahead and watch some of this video. Oh god, it's 13 minutes. Okay, let's watch a bit of it. Let's skip ahead. Let's skip a minute ahead. There we go.
Reality is these sites were never really sustainable. They don't speak for the fans. A lot of the people writing for them are not fans. In fact, I would consider them to be anti-fans. After looking at the advertising situation and talking to people, I've been saying for weeks that this year might be Kotaku and or Polygon's year to either get sold or get gone. And less than 24 hours after I put up a tweet saying that, you know, keep your eye on Kotaku and Polygon, that their day of reckoning is coming, it's been announced that there are layoffs at Polygon. Yeah, that Vox Media is going to be laying a bunch of people off. Now, I'm not particularly happy about it. I mean,
look. Again, we're not going to watch the whole video. If you want to see the whole video, go ahead and go to clownfishtv.com with the Polygon layouts hit as a video game strike implode. But honestly, I think you're being too kind with them, Neon. Gaming journalism is always been this running meme of a fucking joke, of an industry. No one takes Kotaku seriously. And I pulled up a couple of articles of just some of Kotaku's greatest hits. One that I vividly remember. Now, let's go ahead and skip 5 minutes and say 5 minutes in is fine.
Aren't making much money. You would think that they would have taken the opportunity to crank out as many videos as they possibly could during those 3 months to try to save themselves, and they didn't. They actually stopped posting videos. Again, monetizable videos. They have shorts up, but the shorts, you're not making money on shorts.
No, absolutely not. It's like you're delusioning yourself if you think you're gonna make money on shorts. Hell, even TikTok. If you get billions of views on TikTok, best you're making is $1,000 for a billion fucking views on TikTok. You think YouTube's gonna pay you any better? No. Hell, a channel that has over 1 million subscribers. Like you should be getting at least like 250. Well, some are breaking that. Some are good. It's 5 months. But there are some that just don't do good here. Of course, this is a long one, so 75,000 is fair. But still, this is Polygon we're talking about. They should be getting at least double those numbers, if they're such a big gaming journalist site.
The video on Kotaku talking kind of about the same thing. So that's kind of my train of thought. So I knew something was up. And here we go, guys. Vox Media lays off about 130 employees, 7% of their workforce.
Oh my fucking god. 130. God, that's a tiny town's worth of people right there. And 70% of the fucking workforce. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. Let's go ahead and skip around. Let's go ahead and skip to the article part of this. I don't wanna get too much in this video, so let's see here. Digital media from firm for the box, 70%. Citing the challenging economic environment. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Challenging economic environment impacting our business and industry. The layoffs will hit several different teams across revenue, editorial, operations, and core service, according to Bankoff. Unfortunately, in this economic climate, we are not able to sustain. Hold on, let me check, make sure things are going well.
Of the cuts in a memo.
Wait, are we going good?
Friday, citing the challenging economic.
Okay, I think we're good. Whatever. Yeah, unfortunately, in this economic climate, we're not able to sustain areas of business that have not performed as anticipated. Oh, jeez. What he's basically saying here is, you're not important. Please leave. You're not important. Your job isn't bringing in the money. Please get out. And no one was surprised. At least no one outside of Polygon was surprised. Or where do we have enough rational support to ongoing investment in what could be a prolonged downturn? Bankoff wrote in the memo. In spite of the dedication of many talented people involved in this initiative, we need to scale back. Okay, let's move on ahead. It's around 9 minutes in. Okay. What do you have for me, Neon? Please laid
off until we make the announcement. Again, Polygon is so unimportant to Vox. It hasn't even been mentioned in several of these articles, but they do own Polygon. And I think Kotaku is definitely going to see some cutbacks as well. They had some cutbacks last year. Just look at the body count for video game news sites, right?
Oh, it's astronomical. It's fucking astronomical. And oh my fucking god, Hogwarts Legacy is trending again. Are you fucking kidding me? Do these people ever sleep? No. The answer is no, they don't. Okay. Yes, it's actually, we're hitting like, we're gonna hit like quadruple digits at this point. Or maybe 5 digits at this point. At this rate. Damn, just fucking shut down the whole entire industry. Just get rid of it.
Right? I mean, look at this. We've lost so many sites in the last couple of years. And just yesterday, layoffs at GameSpot, Giant Bomb. Kotaku published kind of its own pre-obituary.
Are you kidding me? Layoffs at just months after fandom. Oh, yeah. We just reviewed that. Sorry.
I think yesterday, talking about GameSpot and Giant Bomb having a bunch of layoffs, but they also mentioned other sites, right? IGN having a bunch of layoffs.
Which we also
G4 getting shut down.
Oh god. Yeah, the whole G4 debacle. Oh, how could I forgotten that? God, don't you just love when a supposed gaming network just outright says it hates gamers? Don't you just love that? Don't you just love when one of their hosts go on a fucking mental tirade on Twitter and literally is calling people saying he would let his family get killed and drink because they voted a different way? G4 was a fucking shit show. It was a absolute shit show. I'm surprised they made it as long as they did. I'm surprised they made it at all. I'm surprised they didn't get shut down in like 2 months. But whatever. But that we'll talk about that. That's a whole entire video on its own right. G4. Let's go to let's skip ahead a little to what's this? What is this? Hold on. Who is this? Kotaku? Oh my fucking god. That is awful. That is absolutely awful. Okay, normally in YouTube, you put your highest performing video on the front page. Highest performing video on the front page. Or at least an introduction video so people get to know who you are. This is a Kotaku's best performing video. 4,000 fucking views on a channel with over 300,000 subscribers. Clownfish TV is not that they're big. They're like over 200,000, 278,000 from last I remember. And they get like quadruple this number. Yeah. Quadruple that number. Just look at this. I can't see this one, but it's probably like 665,000 or 665 views. This is Mob Psycho. 1,600 views. Another one 890, 683, 1,000. Again, this is all on Kotaku's website. I wonder what Neo has to say about that.
8,000 subscribers, their videos. Look at this. 465.
I said, what did I say? 665? No, I highballed that number. No, jeez, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, and these are gameplay videos too. Oh my god. Gee, individual gaming YouTubers are smoking you in the water. Kotaku, or yeah, this is Kotaku. Or is this Poly? Yeah, Kotaku. Fuck.
Views.
They're all the same.
Mob Psycho,
They're all the same. I get them confused.
1.6 thousand views. Persona. You do a video about Persona. 890 views. Vinland Saga. 683 views. Marvel. 1,000 views a week ago.
This is terrible.
And Kotaku does cross-promote their videos with their website. So that tells me, again, as I said in a previous video, that tells me how much traffic they're probably getting to their website. I think a lot of it, I think there's a shell game being played, and I think that the piper wants paid.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. And like he said, these gaming journalist sites always cross-promote their stuff. So what you see on YouTube, you're probably going to find in an article somewhere that they posted, that one of their team posted. So the fact that the fact that they're only pulling in 683 views on a Vinland Saga Season 2 video is terrible, because Vinland Saga is kind of popular. People like Vinland Saga. People want more of this. So the fact people are looking for more Vinland Saga Season 2 news. So the fact that they're only pulling in this many people shows that they want to see Vinland Saga Season 2 news, just not from Kotaku. Jeez. Again, the full video is either on clownfishtv.com, or you can go to their YouTube page, Clownfish TV. Just type it in. It's a pretty recent video. It shouldn't take you too long to find. Hopefully, you better act quickly though. These guys, they post a lot of videos, like three a day. So you better act fast. Okay. Oh god. So this is an article from IGN for Pokemon Mystery. This is a review from them. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness review. I'm not more interested. I'm more interested in more of like the. Now this is actually more personal bias for me. Actually, I'll be honest, because I absolutely love the Mystery Dungeon series, Explorers of Darkness. I played Explorers of Time though, so that's So I'm mostly putting this because I fucking hate IGN for this review and that review. So, in it, they gave it a 6.5. 6.5. 3.5. But that's not the review I want to see. This one right here is fucking bad. Okay, so most recently, Pokemon Planet with new minigame. So with the release of Pokemon Explorer Sky, one would expect a significant change in the game instead of the same old crap from before. No, it's not the same old crap. You didn't play fucking Explorers of Sky. Don't bullshit me. I played that game. I 100%ed that game. There was a lot. I played both Explorers of Time and Explorers of Sky. Okay? And the changes they made to Explorers of Sky were a lot. They were a good amount of changes. Like, they weren't like big overhauls like fucking Platinum, like what Platinum did. Like, what Platinum did was like a massive content update, like an expansion upon Diamond Pearl. What Pokemon Explorers of Sky did was basically a massive content update. Explorers of Sky is good. They put in a lot more stuff in there. The save didn't take you an eternity. It didn't take you an eternity to save your game. You could save anywhere. You could save at a few places. I think you could do that before, so I'll give them that. They put in a Spindle Academy, a Spindle shop, Spindle like tea shop. You could do. They pretty much added everything into one package. And they also put in a soundtrack. Like a soundtrack, so you can listen to all the songs in the menu And for those of you who aren't in love with it or blah blah blah, blah here I think let's look through this briefly. Look through this article because I don't want to spend too much on it. Yeah, the plot remains the same because the plot was good. The plot of the Explorer series is fucking good. Essentially, the Pokemon equivalent of Bruce Willis from Unbreakable. Okay? So here, at the end, but the plot doesn't change. But chances are you're interested in this game when you don't know what's different with the same. You got new start. See? So you got new starters. You got Spindel. And 8 new dungeons. Star Cave. Oh, and special episodes. These are actually a really nice addition right here. 5 new dungeons, each of them really fucking good. Each of them pretty good. The last one in particular, the 5th episode, was really fucking good. And this is really the only true content. No, you fucker, you're missing out. You're missing on the soundtrack. Because in the main menu, you could also listen to past game music, which you couldn't do in Explorers of Darkness or Time. You could go to like the music player and listen to your favorite songs. You could play Dialga's Fight to the Finish, some of the Mystery Dungeon themes from I think both this game and I think previous games before, which would be Fire Red and Blue. Or yeah, I think Red and Blue. I don't know. If these episodes had been incorporated into the main game instead of only accessible through the main menu, then the game could have added some new story elements. No, they couldn't. They couldn't. This is a DS game we're talking about. It's not like now where you can just do updates and add stuff in. No. This is a DS game made in DS games. You couldn't just do a massive fucking update like that and have, mess with the code to try and incorporate these different parts of the games. No, it would just feel off and feel out of place. These side stories, which they're mostly fucking side stories, which is nothing wrong with that, because they don't hinder on the main story. Let's see. Instead, I have to quit playing to go play a short side quest. Oh, poor guy. You have to save and quit, and then go play, and then go into the menu and click a few buttons to play a side quest that's mostly text boxes. No. This tells me right here that this fucker didn't read the dialogue of the text boxes, which is actually nice, pretty well written. I'll give them that. So he didn't read it, and I'm pretty sure he only played episode 1, which was, in my opinion, it was an okay one of the short side quest. Okay. Okay, and then here comes this. Chunsoft could have used the opportunity to fix some of the flaws in the previous game, but didn't. Seems like it'd be easy to make my character not appear right next to the exit. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? It's called Mystery Dungeon, okay? These dungeons are randomly generated. If you get the exit right next to you, that's called being lucky. Because sometimes you just want to get through a dungeon as fast as possible. Because you're either A, low on items, B, you got what you wanted and you want to get out, or C, you're trying to complete a story mission, so you're trying to get through the dungeon as fast as possible without getting fucking killed. The touchscreen's Why the fuck are you using the touchscreen controls? Why the fuck are you using the touchscreen controls? The D-pad, it works. It's fine the way it is. The touchscreen controls are okay. Yeah, I'll give you that. They're bad, but just use the D-pad and the A and B. and the buttons you're provided. Do you not know how to use Y to quick check your items? Oh, and I still can't trade over items over the Nintendo Wi-Fi communication service, even though I do the other games local. Features of it. Probably the biggest kick in the pants to the fans of the series is the Wonder Mail System S system. Explorers of... I recommend... Play the previous. Hell, I don't recommend if you've never played Explorers. No, I recommend... Okay, no. Here's my verdict. Because this verdict can go fuck itself. This verdict can go fuck off and burn to death for all I care. No. For this game, I recommend you do play Explorers of Sky because it has everything. It's the main story, and it has also side content. It has everything you would ever want and fixes on some dumb things within Darkness and Time. I really do recommend that. If you haven't played these two games, play Explorers of Sky because you'll get the full experience of the game, bar none. Now, don't even try the Wi-Fi stuff because Nintendo Wi-Fi is down, but whatever. The game looks like a GBA game. Buddy, come here. Have you ever heard of pixel art? Some people like it. Some people like pixel art. People market themselves on creating pixel art. This game looks like Shovel Knight, which is great because Shovel Knight is great. The fact that they were able to pixelate and give a lot, and I mean a lot, of Pokemon individual movements and on like moves and stuff like that, and have them and how they react to being damaged and stuff is nothing but incredible. There are a lot of Pokemon in here. Like, I think over 300. Maybe more. And it says here, chock full of lazy dated gameplay. Again, go fuck yourself. No, it's not. It's not full of lazy dated gameplay. You're just being a fucking ass about it. Chunsoft is talented, but it'd be nice if they didn't keep making 15-year-old game designs. Okay, it feels like the only reason this game has a third version, or a second version for that matter, is because Nintendo knows kids expect it and will snatch it up. It's a riff-off plan, plain and simple. Now, I will give them credit. Nintendo does have a habit of doing that. I.e. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which does change some elements, especially the story of it, but whatever. And the review they gave it was a fucking 4 out of 9, so no. I'd give this an 8. Because yes, give it an 8. It improves upon the qualities of its previous predecessor. You can see why I don't really have a high opinion of game journalism. Okay, so after that, let's move on to this. The infamous Kotaku PlayStation 5 review. Now, I'm not going to read the whole article because if we did, we'd be here for 30 minutes. No. This review isn't... So Kotaku put out a review for the PS5, which, yes, of course, because why? Because why would they not? And, this whole review is really well done. It's very detailed. It goes into the nitty-gritty of the stuff. And again, if we tried reading the whole article, we'd probably be here for around 30 minutes. That's how big this article is. But that's not what we're going to talk about. No. This PlayStation 5 article isn't famous for being a PlayStation 5 article. It's what's at the end that that just has this article live in infamy. Oh God. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's go. All right, let's go. It's gonna be it's a girthy boy, so it's gonna take us a while to scroll down. It's a girthy boy. What is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. Just a lot of stuff. Okay. Oh yes, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Oh shit. Okay. Let me take a drink for this one. Okay. Okay. So after all this, you saw all the words, all that stuff, all the gameplay stuff, the numbers. This guy even put a freaking chart on there. This guy did some math. He goes in and starts with this segment. But does it really matter? And this is where the fun begins. In the words of Anakin Skywalker. This review has spent 3,000 words talking about the PlayStation 5, which is the most I've written about anything. It's as good as a video game console as there has ever been. The combination of ultra high definition video, increased frame rates, and high-end graphics techniques and ray tracing and lightning fast SSD makes it feel like a real deal. The next gen successor of just making sure things are alright. Sorry. Next gen successor of the PlayStation 4. And if you're not ready to give up on the previous console, the PS5 reliably runs on a vast majority of PlayStation 4 library, and with many of those games receiving upgrades to fidelity, frame rate, and loading times. Here it comes. But I'd be remiss to ignore all the reasons not to be excited for the PS5. The world is still reeling under the weight of the COVID-19 pandemic. There are more Americans out of work right now than at any point in the country's history, with no relief in sight. Our healthcare system is an inherently evil institution that forces people to ration life-saving medication like insulin and choose suicide over suffering with untreated mental illness. Is this boy talking about Canada or something? Whatever. As I'm writing this, it looks very likely that Joe Biden will be our next president. But it's clear that the worst people aren't going away just because an old white man is sitting behind the Resolute desk. Well, at least not this old white man. Our government is fundamentally broken in a way that necessitates radical change rather than incremental electoralism. You're starting to see why this review is famous? The harsh truth is that for the reason listed above and more, a lot of people simply won't be able to buy a PS5, regardless of supply, or if they can, concerns over increased austerity in the United States and growing threat of widespread political violence supersede any enthusiasm about the console's SSD or how ray tracing makes reflections more realistic. That's not to say you cannot be excited for those things. I certainly am, on some level, but there's an irrefutable level of privilege attached to the ability to simply tune out the world as it burns around you. Oh my god, this shit keeps going. Oh fuck. Hold on. God. Okay, let's keep it. Let's keep going. I won't deny that video games can be an escape, but it feels great to lose yourself. It feels great to lose yourself in a fictional world where you can fix everything. Some of us see a strength or personality trait in video game characters that we wish we saw in ourselves. As much as it sucks our real-world problems to intrude in that space, I found it increasingly difficult to focus on video games amid our current situation. Many nights, it's all I could do to play a couple of runs of Spelunky before collapsing into a bed for a few hours of doom scrolling and restless sleep. And I know I'm not alone in that feeling. We are collectively tired, and for good reasons. Sony and Microsoft chose a hell of a time to release their next generation video game console. I think the PlayStation 5 is a great machine, but it's tough to recommend when folks are literally fighting for their lives while residing in the richest country in the world. I was very lucky to receive a PlayStation 5 for the purpose of this review, despite the fact that I am comfortable enough to have bought one of my own. If you're in the same boat, I encourage you to grab the console and see what it's all about for yourself. If you aren't, don't feel like the PlayStation 5 would change your life. It's a video game system. It's not going anywhere. I'm looking forward to a time when we can all chat about the next generation gaming on equal footing without a dozen daily crises looming over our heads. Until then, let's focus on what's truly important, if that means dripping out of the next gen hype machine for a bit. Man, yep, he went off. Jeez. Don't you just love journalism, gaming journalism like that? You know, one day you're just reading an article and you're like, oh, okay, this is nice, of a PS5, and you're just like, oh, okay, this is actually good. Oh, hey, provided an official channel feeling, push down a camera show to release, and yeah, okay, that's nice. And then you come to this part and it's like, what the fuck am I reading? Guy was having a mental breakdown, but while typing these words, it is glorious. This article is it's beautiful. But Kotaku also has a sequel. It's not as good as the PS5 review. Most sequels aren't, but the Xbox X has too many horrifying holes. It's just as hilarious, though. Wait, was this one before or after? I didn't check. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh, jeez. This should be fun. Is it a big one? Somewhat. So basically, yeah, one of their Kotaku writers wrote an article about the Xbox Series X and complaining that it has too many holes on the top. You know, the top vent that the Xbox uses to cool itself down. You know, something all electronics have. So, in this article, they were basically writing about how, triphobia, people with triphobia would be afflicted by the Xbox Series X, and that, 16% of people have it. Fuck, hold on. Any uniform arrangements, all holes or spaces include... And the author also has this, and they're fucking scared of it. Look at it. It's just a fucking Xbox Series X. It's a gaming console. It's not gonna bite you. Any uniform arrangement, small holes or spaces induces revulsion in me, accompanied with a small flight response. Common triggers for me are usually organic, but include man-made things, common such as manhole covers, those lotus pods. Yeah, they're just going off. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, again... Oh, shit, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. No, hold on. Let me read this paragraph right here. This one's interesting. I knew the Series X was going to be trouble the minute the design was revealed. The holes are just big and prominent and enough to trigger a response. The Series S is a bit better since the holes on its speaker are small enough to be obscured when viewed from a distance, but up close it's still slightly unsettling. But the annoyance factor is more negligible my response to all those holes is not very strong, so I can continue to work at Kotaku without gagging every 5 minutes. As our coverage of the cursed console increases as we get closer to release date, but I don't think I could keep the new Xboxes in my home without prolonged exposure making me want to throw the console away. In the realm of video games and phobias, I can do a lot worse than triphobia. But the insidious thing about triphobia is my new desktop has vents on the top. On the first couple of days with it, I was okay, but seeing the holes in my periphery every time I saw enough to make me cover the grate up with a sheet of paper. You're kidding me, right? You're freaking kidding me. This person was so disturbed by holes that she literally put a piece of paper on the top of the vent on her, is it desktop? Yeah, desktop, yeah. And then she goes on a tangent about Resident Evil 7 having the same holes. Oh my gosh. You're starting to see, are you still surprised that game journalism is in the state it's in right now? In the state it's in right now. It's yeah, when they write bangers like these, oh my god, I'm surprised they're not making millions of dollars. But it doesn't stop there. No. This is an industry that has made more missteps than they have achieved anything. This is just scratching the surface of the iceberg. And the next article, this one right here, is still scratching the tip of the iceberg with this. 15 most embarrassing fails in video game journalism history. Okay, so I'm going to go through this one by one and see what shit. Okay, here's a good one. IGN writer doesn't understand PCs. It's an open secret that IGN writers don't always know what they're talking about. You don't fucking say. But it was really crazy when IGN writer Sean Flanagan mocked PCs because they couldn't record gameplay like an Xbox. Is that the dude? Let me read that again, because I think hold on, let me read that again. Sean Flanagan mocked PCs because they couldn't record gameplay like an Xbox. Motherfucker, where have you been? Has this guy ever been on Twitch? Has Sean Finnegan has Sean ever been on Twitch? And he was roundly mocked and eventually removed the incriminating video. Of course. I'm not surprised he didn't. I'm not surprised he did. He did do that. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go to number 2 now. Ooh, DriveGate. Okay, what's this one? When Drive 3 came out, most reviews savaged it for being a disappointment, but 2 outlets, PSM2 and Xbox World, gave it high reviews. Why? Players thought this was because these outlets got early copies and went to the site's forums to complain. The sites deleted countless messages and threads to control the controversy, and users eventually discovered that game publisher Atari had hired a PR company to post fake positive reviews, and employees of this company even infiltrating gaming forums to bury the controversy that would later be what the fuck? Driver 3. They literally were review bombing just, upwards. They were trying to save this game, this shitty fucking driving GTA clone of a game. What the hell? They posted... Oh my god. Jeez, okay, let's move on. Oh, Okay. Kotaku writer doesn't finish game and freaks out. Oh shit. Okay. Back in 2015, Kotaku writer Evan Narcissus. It sounds started playing Arkham Knight. Partway through the game, he watched the apparent death of Barbara Gordon and wrote an excruciating article about the game daring to. Oh my god. Yeah, one problem. Barbara didn't actually die, which Evan would discover after finishing the game before complaining about it. You're fucking kidding me. This guy couldn't take the fucking time to actually. Oh my. Why am I surprised? Why am I actually saying that? Why am I actually surprised? Of course he didn't finish the game. It's a Kotaku writer. Oh, and I just remembered a couple of videos that I'll watch soon. 2 of which are really fun and really nice. What are we at? Almost an hour? Oh yeah, we have plenty of time for that because this shit's just getting even more hilarious. Okay. IGN's Pixel Junk side scroller scandal. Oh, hello. It's one thing to be worse, and it's another thing to double down. This is what IGN writer Damon Hatefield discovered when he posted his review of Pixel Junk side scroller. Initially, his review complained about the ending of the game. And the game developer exposed that he had only played it on casual and missed some endgame content. He claimed that he really had beaten it on normal, all while quietly deleting the part of his review that revealed his error. Oh, no, that's the face of a man who would beat it on, who'd beat Dead Space on Zealot. Dead Space 2 on Zealot. God. Literally a fucking casual. Alright. Number 5. IGN adds gossip stories. When IGN had its own Me Too movement, most of the attention fell on Steve Butts and Tal Blevins? Tal Blevins, yeah. In addition to their alleged sexual harassment and mistreatment of employees, former IGN writer Mitch Dye revealed that these two forced him to add gossip to stories. Interesting. Continue. The main example was when Amy Henning left Naughty Dog and 2 IGN bigwigs made Mitch add unsubstantial claims that she was forced out. Any insult to injury, they wouldn't let Mitch take his name off the fake news. No. Not good. GameStop fires Jeff Gertzman. Oh, what are you talking about, guys? What do you do? What do you do to deserve that? Many gamers suspect reviewers are either enticed or forced into giving higher reviews to certain games. This was confirmed when GameSpot editorial director Jeff Gertzman was fired for having a negative review to Kane and Lynch. Ooh. Okay. No conflict of interest there. The site was under pressure from Eidos Interactive, but the story had a happy ending. If GameSpot hadn't fired the man, for an honest opinion, he would have never have launched Giant Bomb. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'll take statements that age like milk for 300. What do we say? Like Giant Bombs in a situation is bombing right now? Yeah. Anyway, okay. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I just had a nostalgia rush with this image. This one was famous. I wasn't like in the midst of it, but I remember when this whole video dropped, everyone was pissed about this. Everyone was making fun of it, making memes about it. Oh my god. I think I actually saw the not, I wouldn't say commercial, but the video that came with this, because this was a video. This wasn't a picture. Yeah, I literally have Jeff Keighley giving Halo like, oh, this game's good. This game's real good. God. This was back in, oh, God, when did Halo 4 release? Like, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me, thumbnail. There you go. Let me find out where Halo 4 release date. Released in, 2012. God. That was 2012. Wow. Over 10 years ago. Alright. Technically speaking, Dorito involved multiple controversies. But it all started when game writer and reviewer Jeff Keighley popped on a stream surrounded by Doritos, Mountain Dew, and a Halo 4 standee. This single moment seemingly provided visual confirmation that Keighley and others were being paid to promote Halo 4. Now, as much as we like to say that, I'd say this was a, like, we talked about in the last stream how in great stories there's always a bit of foreshadowing to events, to major events, or things that can happen, or things that will happen. You know, Smoke Over the Horizon, the Albatross, Canary in the Coal Mine, stuff like that. I like to think this photo right here was that Canary in the Coal Mine, that Smoke Over the Horizon. This was back in 2012. Maybe even before. Maybe 2011. No, 2012. Yeah, because they were doing this. They don't do this until the release date. Yeah. So, this right here was the moment game journalism fucking died. Right here. And then Gamergate happened 2 years later, 2014. And that really killed game journalism. And then 2 years later, 2016 happened, and Big Orange Man got elected. The Big Bad Orange Man got elected. And then game journalism really started falling apart. And now, like, let's see, 24, 6, 7, 5, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 years later, now we're here. Now game journalism is hanging on by a thread. No, it's not even. It's on life support right now. And it's all because of fucking Jeff Keighley and his Mountain Dew Code Red and his Dorito nacho cheese flavored Doritos with its fucking Halo 2 standee decided to say Halo 2 is a good game. Halo 4 is a good game. Like, blame Jeff Keighley. He killed game journalism for everyone. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. And it all happened 2 years apart, yeah. 2 years apart. 2012, Jeff Keighley. 2014, Gamergate. 2016, election. And from there on out, oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, you show this image to anyone that was in gaming, and they'll immediately know what it is. Okay. Okay, Greg Miller, not so professional writer. Oh, what are you talking about? This guy Oh my god. Grilling is my superpower. Not a professional writer. You don't have to tell me that. I can just tell by looking at him. This guy literally spent money on a Superman spatula and a Superman apron that literally says grilling is my superpower. With a cape. With a cape. It has a cape in the back, too. I just saw that. I'm just seeing that now. Dude, this isn't a good look. You look like a fucking idiot. You look like a fucking loon with this. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's keep it going. Okay, Greg Miller has enjoyed great success since leaving IGN during his time there, though writing wasn't always his strong suit. That was made clear by a review of Dead Space 2, which was filled with run-ons, unwieldy sentences, and running and writing that would embarrass most college freshmen. To this day, this review is held up as a legendary example of how not to write a game review. Ugh. I'd write it, but I'd read it, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Ooh, this one looks good. Metal Gear Solid 5 review controversy. Metal Gear Solid 5 was a damn fine game, but its launch was marred by controversy. Instead of sending out review copies, Konami invited select journalists to special review boot camps. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I think I remember this one. This involved paid travel, supervised gameplay, plenty of free food and drinks, including cocktails. It made for a nice mini vacation for reviewers, but this stunt was arguably influenced every single launch review, making it impossible to get a truly unbiased review. Yeah, again, no conflict of interest there. You know, it's a full, unbiased review of Metal Gear Solid 5. IGN bungles Valorant embargo. Game journalists often work with embargoes that limit when they can post a review or drop some breaking news. In February of 2020, IGN accidentally posted a screenshot from Valorant that broke the publisher's embargo. Nothing really came of this incident, but it revealed a pretty casually sloppy approach to game journalism. Now this one's actually kind of small, but seriously though, how the fuck do you break an embargo? Just wait. Just wait. It's like, no one's going to post because the embargo is still on, okay? You don't have to risk getting a lawsuit all because you wanted to be first. Be first to report on fucking Valorant. Jeez. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Middle of Earth, Shadow of Mordor buys good coverage. Middle of Earth, Shadow of Mordor is another game that's pretty solid, but it was released under a cloud of controversy while the publisher refused to give early access to most game journalists. They did give copies to certain game streamers. The late, great Total Biscuit revealed... that's a blast from the past, man. God. I miss Total Biscuit. Honestly, I wish he was still around so that he could just see the state of game journalism now. Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Biscuit Man. It got worse after he died. Like, it got real bad. Revealed that the only streamers who got copies signed a contract promising positive coverage. Nice. How bad was the incident? The FTC ultimately determined Warner Bros. Had violated the Federal Trade Commission Act with their attempt to buy good reviews for streamers. I think I actually remember that. I vaguely remember that video because I did watch some of Total Biscuit stuff. Back then. But I vaguely remember that video. I don't know what it was called. So, it has a link here. Let me check it. Oh, shit. Let me check. Let me check it. Let me check to make sure there's something bad on it. Don't want to get burned. And it's dead. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if he did a video on that or if he did a video on that or something. Oh no. Bethesda buys off streamers. A few years ago, Bethesda initiated a new policy that would stop sending review copies of games to professional media outlets. That's certainly their prerogative, but they started sending out advanced copies to selected game streamers. While these streamers aren't under a special contract, it seems clear Bethesda was hoping positive reviews exchanged for early access, which is a practice that more companies have adopted. A lot of good companies have adopted this method to do that. I don't know. I can't name them off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure I've seen streamers, also big streamers like XQC and maybe Polygon or something, gaming streamers like that, get advanced copies of select games now. Like, I think Bethesda was the first to do that, and then it just, and then, it compiles, like lemmings. They just follow it. So, yeah. Lauren Wainwright resume scandal. Oh. I think I vaguely remember this one, too. Okay. Remember when we said Dorito-gate was a multi-part scandal? Okay, I think I remember this one now, yeah. One of the stranger elements was when game journalist Lauren Wainwright threatened legal action against Eurogamer because they published her public tweets. Some of those tweets included her defending journalists getting free PS3s from publishers and her praise for Tomb Raider, made by her former employer Square Enix. Again, no conflict of interest there. Okay. When she tried to when the public found she was reviewing games from her former employee, a clear conflict of interest, she tried to delete the Square Enix experience from her resume. Oh, jeez. I tell you, Dorito-gate was the beginning. It all started in Dorito-gate. It wasn't Gamergate. It was Dorito-gate. It all started there. Dorito-gate was the linchpin. It wasn't Gamergate. I'm tired of that. Gamergate is dead. It's dead. It's gone. It's buried. Everyone who was in Gamergate is off to fuck nowhere. Off to fuck nowhere. Anita Sarkeesian. Who the fuck still watches Anita Sarkeesian? No one. No one. Absolutely no one. She tried starting a fucking TV show, crashed and burned immediately. Remember Feminist Frequency? Yeah, I didn't think so, because no one fucking listened to it. Because no one fucking listened to it. Brianna Wu? Brianna who? Who? Is she still around? Brianna Dude is still around? Oh yeah, she's still around doing fucking tweets to her gradually dwindling pool of audiences. Of people who give a fuck to actually listen to her. Oh, and who else? Okay, Nerissa Kaysen, Brianna Wu. Oh fuck, who was that? Oh God. Fuck. I'm trying to remember. Can't remember her name right now, but it was the girlfriend of Alex Huac who ended up getting him killed. I can't remember. It's actually gonna hurt. It's actually hurting my head right now. I have to find out right now. Hold on. Who was it? Fuck. Oh fuck! This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt my head as long as there it is. There is his name. I need his name. Who was it? Who accused? Who accused? Fuck. Fuck. There it is. Fucking Zoe Quinn. Yeah, Zoe Quinn. Remember that name? Oh, yeah. You probably remember that name because of Alex Huaca. Because Zoe Quinn ended up accusing the guy of a sexual harassment or assault. I don't fucking know. No one fucking remembers because Alex Huaca fucking killed himself. So fucking Zoe Quinn has a body count now. And that's just going to the people who are like, that's just two sides of Gamergate. The other side wasn't even, parts of it weren't even better. Like Ethan Ralph. What? Ethan Ralph was part of Gamergate? You mean he wasn't a little cow? Yeah, he was actually part of Gamergate. He'll make that very clear. Very clear that he was a Gamergate veteran of Gamergate, a Gamergate OG. Gamergate OG. And where is he at now? He's in fucking Mexico in a concrete shack. Concrete shack because he's avoiding a fucking court order that wants him to pay fucking child support. Again, that's a whole iceberg in its own right. And then what else? Who else? Big three. Sargon? Well, Sargon's actually doing fine. He's got his podcast, He's actually, that brings in a nice, decent income. There was that political campaign that he tried to do based on based on Gamergate that he tried to do, which ended up crashing and burning. And, and then Medicare. Well, I mean, I'm sure some of you know that Medicare is, well, I don't want to say he's not around. I want to say he's still around. He's just not, taking a long break from streaming. But yeah, and those are just like 6 people I just named. All of this was in Gamergate. Gamergate was a fucking shit show that I don't even know what was even about anymore. It was all like one person was like saying, "Oh, hey, can you stop?" Found out that one of the reviewers was actually getting a little something from the game developer who was a woman, and then the person was saying, "Hey, can you guys not do that?" And from there on out, just fucking spiraled out of control into a fucking shitstorm that was fucking Gamergate. Gamergate is fucking dead. Let it die. Stop trying to revive it. You're never gonna have Gamergate. You're never gonna have that amount of fucking attraction ever. Okay? It's gone. It's dead. It's dead, Char. It's dead, James. It's dead. Leave it. Leave it. It's gone. It's dead. Oh. Oh my god. And yeah, no. It wasn't Gamergate that started this. It was fucking Dorito-gate. Fucking Dorito-gate started all this mess. Again, Jeff Keighley, I blame you for this. I blame you. And I saw Gamergate being posted everywhere, and I didn't know what the fuck we were talking about. I went here, everyone was talking about something here, and everybody was just talking something, everything, and Gamergate started spiraling out of control. Now most of the people that were in Gamergate are pretty much off to who knows where the fuck where. Or still trying to, and then we're still trying to get, I don't know, views or clicks or likes on Twitter. I'm looking at you, Brianna, dude. God, sorry about that. Yeah, let's keep going. Okay, here's a more recent one. Dead Cells plagiarized review. Writing about video games is one of the coolest gigs in the world. That's why it was so disappointing when IGN writer and editor Philip Michun plagiarized his review of the game Dead Cells. He lost his job, but the entire thing was served to make the gaming world even more skeptical about professional reviews. How? This fucking last statement makes no fucking sense because IGN never had fucking credibility to begin with. Even more skeptical? What? Do we somehow break the fucking bottom and find negatives? How? IGN writer should have been your first warning. It should have been the first warning that this review was going to be shit. How were you how were we even more skeptical about this? Oh, it's like And we're surprised he plagiarized his work. This is fucking IGN we're talking about. They made a review criticizing a Pokemon game for having too much water. Too much water. 7.8. And we're surprised they plagiarized a professional review of a game of Dead Cells. Are we really fucking surprised? No. Because these people are lazy as fuck. Lazy as shit. Don't worry. I just remembered a couple of videos in mind. We're gonna fucking watch them right now. After the 15. Kotaku writer buys wrong Mario game. Fucking hell, it's already off to a great. Okay. Sometimes game journalism isn't so much really bad as it is embarrassing. That was the case when Kotaku writer Gita Jackson decided to buy Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and accidentally bought Smash Bros. Party instead. How the fuck do you confuse Smash Bros. Ultimate for Smash Super Mario Party? The covers aren't even the same. This wasn't some asylum style movie in where they try to make the movie look similar to the actual movie as possible without getting into legal trouble. In the case of Top Gun Maverick to Top Gunner. But Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Mario Party aren't even the same game. Okay, she had a great sense of humor. Good. That's actually the most surprising part of this whole article. That she actually took it on the nose. In more ways than one. About the incident. But revealing to the world that you can't distinguish between the two Mario games is a bad look for professional game journalists. Yeah. Whatever. Alright. Okay. Alright, let me put the... Okay, I just remembered, another video that comes into my head when I say game journalist. Oh my god. Hold on. Let me see. I think it was... There it is. Oh, and I remembered another one too. So let me get that linked up before we get. Yeah, it's the first result. Oh shit. Okay. This better be. Oh shit! It's here. Oh my god. Okay, please don't start. Please don't. Shut up. You're gonna spoil it. Shut up. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, here it is. You're probably gonna notice it by the noise. So let me. Oh, is it? Oh shit! It's playing through my fucking screen. Okay. Hold on. I gotta put my headset on. Ah. So annoying. Okay, there. Is it coming in okay? Let me check. I gotta check these things. Oh. I'll just put on. That's fine. Okay, let's. What I present to you is. Actually, is the description in the thumbnail? Because I like to give description to it. Let me check if they showed it. Ah, you fucker. Okay, fuck. Damn it. Would have been nice if you kept it brief. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So what you're seeing here is a game journalist for some site. I don't remember which, but they're doing a playthrough of Cuphead. And I'll just let the video speak for itself. a minute and 27 seconds. A minute and 26. If we want to take away a second. From start to finish. All just to learn how to dash. This was an actual game journalist playing the tutorial level of Cuphead. And it took him a minute and 26 seconds to get through this platform. Why is game journalism dying, you may ask? Why is it dying? Why is game journalism so dying? I don't know. I don't know. Looks fine to me. Looking fine to me. Oh. And here's the piece of resistance. The infamous The Verge PC build. Now, you may see on the top that it says re-upload. Well, that's because The Verge actually deleted this video because they had so much flack, they got so much backlash from it that they just couldn't take it. They just said, you know, fuck it, delete it, we're gone, we're done, we're not doing this. Give me a second there. I just want to check something right quick. Let me just check a few things right quick before we start.
So a few years ago, TC, or managing editor,
Yeah, sorry, I'm just making sure my stream's coming in okay. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, let's start. Oh, yeah. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Okay.
built a gaming desktop, but it's kind of out of date, and it's definitely not going to hold up for Battlefield 5. So let's...
Battlefield 5 was... No. Battlefield 5 was the one that everyone mocked. 2023, or 20... Whatever. The last one, the shitty one, is the one that...
Let's build a new one.
Broke. God.
You can build a gaming desktop for around $1,000, but I want to go all out, so I spent around $2,000. PC like this is going to be able to...
Granted, I'll give it credit, this video was posted back in a couple of years back, like 3 or 2 years back, but you can build, but going all out doesn't mean spending $2,000 on what is this motherfucker using a GTX 180? You stupid... I'm using a GTX 180 GeForce. And he's saying this is costing $2,000. Bull fucking shit. My PC build, because I actually built my PC, costed $600. That GTX is not worth shit. Granted, it still runs fine, but but still, I can guarantee you, I built it better than what this guy's gonna do. But again, to my point before I got, sorry for the tangent, but to my point is going all out for a PC build doesn't involve you dropping $2,000. It's actually a lot more. It's actually a lot more because surprisingly, PC parts get really expensive, especially the graphics card, the CPU, GPU, and what else? Motherboard. Those are the big three right there that really take a bite out of your PC budget. Let's see what Verge is gonna, what this guy's gonna do.
To play most games at ultra settings. So, what do you need to build a desktop? Well, of course, first you need a table.
Also, first things first, you're not gonna get ultra settings with that. Don't even that.
Preferably not metal. If it's gonna be metal, have an
it might be
anti-static working surface layered on top of it, a thermal paste applicator, an Allen wrench, some tweezers to tighten up the wires.
Oh, a thermal paste applicator, a J-wrench, and tweezers. Those aren't tweezers. Those are zip ties. And no one and I mean no one, that actually builds PCs, that actually takes the time to build their own PC, uses a fucking thermal paste applicator. Because it's redundant. You don't need that much thermal paste. You need thermal paste the size of either a pea or a piece of rice in the middle of your CPU, and that is it. That is it. You don't need this plastic piece of nonsense right here. And the tweezers? No. No, those aren't tweezers. Again, those are zip ties. And we're only 30 seconds in, and trust me when I say it gets worse. It gets so much worse.
A Swiss Army knife, which hopefully has a Phillips head screwdriver in it.
I'm sorry for pausing so much, but why do you need a Swiss Army knife? And hoping that it has a Phillips head screwdriver, when it would have been so much easier just to get a Phillips head screwdriver. A Phillips head screwdriver, and that's it. Why do you even need a J-wrench? I don't remember ever using a J-wrench in my PC build. I don't even remember using a thermal paste applicator. What the fuck is this? Whatever.
And last but not least, an anti-static bracelet, which is to protect you and the parts. These are the parts you're going to need, but more
Again, I'm sorry for pausing so much, but oh my, that is not a anti-static bracelet. That is a rubber band you found in your closet. That is not a static bracelet. I have a anti-static bracelet. It looks nothing like that. You put it on your wrist, and it comes with like a little clippy with a wire to it, and you clip it onto something metal. That's an anti-static bracelet. It has a Velcro strap on it. fucking plastic Hoover looking band.
Big bracelet, which is to protect you and the parts. These are the parts you're going to need, but more importantly, before we get there, we need to understand what these parts are doing and how they interact with one another. To better understand the parts that make up a desktop, let's try to understand them individually. The processor is like the computer's brain, a base of calculations that control everything the computer does. The motherboard is like the foundation, serving as a main structure for all of the parts to be added to. It also allows the other parts to communicate with one another, which also makes it kind of like a nervous system. Graphics cards are responsible for rendering and processing visuals into what you see on screen. Our PC's power supply is of course channeling electricity, in that it adjusts and provides the right amount of energy to keep it running. Last but not least, RAM, or random access memory, and your hard drive are good examples of short-term and long-term memory, respectively. If you want to better understand what kind of computer to build, then first figure out what you want to use it for. A gamer might care more about a graphics card than, say, a video editor who might want extra RAM to assist with editing large files. If you're building a budget build for video streaming, say under $1,000, you want to focus on parts, like a Core i5 or Core i3 processor, that require less energy. They'll be less powerful, but then you'll be able to scale back the cost of several other parts.
So far it looks good. Looks great. Looks great. At least to my eyes, it could actually be a travesty in yours. But
We have a lot of boxes and a lot of PC parts, so it's best if you unbox them, isolate the parts that you really need, place items into the case, and make sure that they all fit, and then start working. And now we're really going to start building by adding the motherboard in. Some notes about installing motherboards: they're really delicate, you should be really careful with them.
No.
And screw in with confidence, but also don't screw in too hard, otherwise you could crack the board. I chose Asus's Z370
what do you
motherboard
do with
for
the
two main
motherboard?
reasons. One, it has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and also it has support for NVMe SSDs, meaning you can get really fast SSDs that are really easy to install. Pay close attention to the brace that goes at the
Hold on, pause. As you can see,
Bluetooth, and all
he's inserting the motherboard in first before adding all the supplies, adding the fan, the RAM, the RAM and stuff like that. Before he's putting the motherboard in first into the shell. You don't do this when you're building a PC. It's better to get the parts assembled onto the motherboard first before you put the motherboard into the PC, because it makes it a lot easier. And like this guy said, the the motherboard is delicate. You could crack it. So again, why are we putting it in first when we should be putting in this, the fan and the RAM and stuff like that, other stuff that needs to be here first? You see where the problems start.
Also, it has support for NVMe SSDs, meaning you can get really fast SSDs that are really easy to install.
Oh, shit.
Pay close attention to the brace that goes at the back of the computer. You always have to make sure that you really hammer it in, because there's no screw. It really just has to go outside of the case and clasp onto the frame. And this is very important, because otherwise you can't align the motherboard correctly with the holes. We're just going to start installing all 8 screws.
So good.
So next we're going to install the RAM on the motherboard. I chose Corsair's 16GB Vengeance LED RAM for 2 main reasons. One, it has LEDs and we do like lights in our gaming desktops. Secondly, it's pretty fast RAM. It's 2660 hit.
Repeat that again? Why did we pick the RAM again?
RAM for 2 main reasons. One, it has LEDs and we do like lights in our gaming desktop.
No. You don't pick a RAM just because it has pretty lights. You don't do that. You don't get that. Why? And why, again, are you installing the RAM onto the motherboard while the motherboard is inside the shell? Oh my god, no.
Secondly, it's pretty fast RAM. It's 2666 megahertz, I believe. So it's pretty fast, and this motherboard supports that speed.
What? 266 megahertz, you said? Shouldn't that be gigs? Shouldn't those two be at least like 4 gigs each, or 8 gigs, so you get 16 gigabytes of RAM? 26 megahertz or 266 megahertz isn't a lot of RAM. You're building a PC from like the mid 2000s. What the fuck? Not even that. Early 2000s.
Which is most important. Open the slots first, and just aligning the stick with the middle of the strip, not with the end, and just lining that up with the logo. So once you hear that solid clasp and you don't see the gold connectors on the side anymore, that's when you know the RAM is in. Step 3, we're going to install the hard drive, or in this case, the NVMe SSD. I chose this format of solid state drive so that I could input it into the motherboard without having to worry about extra wires or putting it in a separate part of the case and just getting really messy. This is from Kingston, and it's 480 gigabytes, so it's not a lot, but you can always upgrade this and swap it out, and it's only held down by 1 screw and the latch, so it's really simple.
That thing's not held down. That thing is popping up in the air like hello, I am here. That's not latch. Please tell me you're gonna screw this in.
And really straightforward.
Okay, there we go.
Speed for gaming is important when it comes to a hard drive. You want files to write quickly, and you want games to load quickly. God. So that's why it's best if you use an SSD. Okay, so step 4, we're going to install the graphics card. I chose PNY's GTX 1080, which is overclocked. And so it's a pretty easy installation. You're just going to find the gold connectors, and you're going to line this bracket with the back.
Oh yeah, and you put the GPU in too. Again, you can see why we put in the motherboard. We put the stuff on the motherboard before we put the motherboard in the computer.
And bracket of your PC case. Now, which lane you choose depends entirely on what other parts you're going to put in the system.
Oh, jeez, it's going to be rough.
I'm just going to pick the top one because the SSD is at the bottom, and I don't want to cover it. I just think it looks nice.
What? What? Oh my god, I actually forgot how bad this was. This is terrible. Run it again. Hold on. Why? Why did you pick that slot again?
Top one because the SSD is at the bottom and I don't want to cover it. I just think it looks nice.
Okay, continue. Continue on. I have nothing more to that.
Click down. Take your remaining brackets and just put them in the spots that you haven't used. You don't have to screw these in. They get bolted down by the back end bracket. And your GPU is installed. Power supply time. I chose Corsair's 850 watt power supply because I need enough headroom for ray tracing GPUs when they come out, and I don't want to have to upgrade it again. So all you have to do is take the brick and make sure that you align it with these little insulating pads so that the power supply doesn't short circuit and come into contact with the rest of the system. So just take it in.
Wait, hold on.
Slide it in nice and easy until you have a snug fit.
No.
And then
No. Did you see what he just did? Let's run that back. Let's run that back. Okay. You see that fan right here? You see the fan right here, right? Right. Okay, pay attention.
And make sure that you align.
Look at the position he has it in. Look at that position. Pay attention. Keep it in your head.
Pads
now,
so the power supply doesn't short circuit and come into contact with the rest of the system. So just take it in.
Also, that last statement right there. I was so dumbfounded by the fan positioning that I actually forgot this. I actually caught this statement again here in the second time.
So the power supply doesn't short circuit and come into contact with the rest of the system.
Yeah, it's not like power supplies, because they're really known to short circuit. It's not like they have safeties built in them to prevent such a thing from happening, because PC building isn't a new thing. It's is a very new thing. Isn't a new thing, and companies have developed ways to prevent that. Why?
So
also the fan, pay attention.
Slide it in nice and easy until you have a snug fit, and then shift it to the back and make sure it's right up against the frame. Now you just take the required screws and you tighten and screw in. So the next step, we're going to install the CPU cooler. In this case, it's going to go on the top end of the case, and we're...
Now, that was the heat fan. That was the fan that takes away the heat. That's not a cooling fan. That's a fan to cool down the power. And you want that pointing away from your stuff, because the power supplies get hot and they cool down by the fan, which spews out all that hot air. And that hot air is hitting all your components. It's going to be hitting all your components, which means your PC is going to fry.
We're just going to have the hose hang out for a little while until we install the processor, which is going to come a little later.
Heat vent.
Always be sure to try to place it in the system first before you install it, because you can see it takes up a lot of space. God. But in this case, doing this? No pun intended, it fits in perfectly, and we're going to start screwing it in. And so there's nothing special about this screwing in process. They're just really long screws because they go through the entire frame of the cooler, and they take forever. So next up, cables. Every power supply is going to come with a big bag of Velcro cables.
Why aren't you putting on the cooling system here for your CPU? Why aren't you doing that first? Why are you already going on to wires? Wires should be the last thing you do after you put in the main parts of your PC in. Why? Just why are you doing this?
It's kind of daunting at first, so you always have to find the ones that are going to fit. In this case, you need to match those cables with the correct descriptions on the power supply. Next step is we're connecting the power supply to the motherboard with a 24-pin cable. We're just matching that cable from the motherboard, threading it through the back, and attaching the 24-pin header to the power supply so that we can have one of the connections complete. The next few additions will be for the GPU, for any specific ports that the case has, for any lighting that the case has, the CPU cooler, anything else really. We're installing the CPU.
Wait, hold on.
Anything else really.
You mean? Oh shit! Oh yeah. You mean we're just now installing the CPU? We're just now installing the CPU in the motherboard, when in reality that should have been step fucking one when you build a PC. You know, after when you're putting stuff on your motherboard. Oh, sorry. Okay, because you want to put that CPU in first into your motherboard, and then all the other stuff that goes on top, not last. God,
We're installing
this is terrible.
the CPU.
Absolutely
the heart
terrible.
of the computer or the brain, depending on how you look at it. So to do this, we're just going to remove the plastic covering that they put on the motherboard. We're just going to take this little plastic part out.
That's
Toss that out of here.
that wasn't a plastic part. That was the applicator. That was the CPU applicator. That was supposed to help you place that thing in. Because CPUs are delicate, and if you end up touching the pins on them, they go bad.
And now we have an exposed CPU
holder, no.
or rather slot on the motherboard. And we're going to use the CPU applicator. This is a special little part that not everyone may get, but this motherboard that we got from ASUS definitely does have. It's called a CPU installation tool. It makes it really useful if you want to install a Core i7 hexa-core CPU. Yeah, we've got one, and it's an 8th generation chip, and it's ready to go, and it supports overclocking. So what having this little installer does for you is it's basically a brace that you can apply right to the CPU and light it up with the triangles that you'll see on the bottom left corners. And this will make it easy.
Yeah. I wonder, it's not like they're already pre-made.
Easier for us to apply it to the motherboard and then apply thermal paste and then apply a CPU cooler on top. And we're just going to carefully lean it down into the system and make sure that everything lines up, and we're going to clasp down on it and we'll be good to go. So we're about to apply thermal paste to the CPU. Every CPU cooler
Oh god. Yeah. This is the best part right here.
actually comes with a bit of thermal paste already neatly applied in a circle around it.
Yeah.
But it's usually not enough. It's good, essentially PC building practice to have a little bit extra.
No. You don't need extra thermal paste. No, you absolutely do not need extra thermal paste. Again, remember what I said. Thermal paste, the size of a pea or a piece of rice, is more than enough. Is enough. The pre-thermal paste they put on those things is enough too. Again, these companies are not dumb. They do things like this for a reason. These PC part companies are not stupid. They do these pre-made stuff so that way it makes the building process easier. All right? You don't put extra thermal paste on. No, you don't. You just don't. You don't.
Enough. It's good, essentially PC building practice to have a little bit extra and layer it on top of the CPU. The final portion is to add the CPU cooler to the top and
What
CPU.
is that? No, you don't do that. Oh my god. No, you don't. No, why?
The final portion is to
my
add
God.
the CPU cooler to the top end of the processor.
No.
So you're going to see that there are 4
Oh my fucking god, he put more. He put more in. Why? Oh my god. I'll be surprised if this fucking thing no. Oh man, I wonder if he still has this PC. I wonder if it still runs. I wonder if it just blew up one day while being used in the office, and just some poor employee got killed by this thing, all because the Verge didn't know how to build a fucking PC.
4 brackets, or rather like screws in here with brackets and holders right here. And they're going to keep the cooler raised off the processor, but it's also going to be close enough to actually physically come in contact with it, like basically keep it cool. Take thumb screws like this and just screw them on. So now that our internals are done, we're going to put all the panels back on, which is the top glass, side glass, front glass, and of course the back panel where all this fun stuff is happening. So we fully built the PC.
Oh my fucking god, that looks terrible. Oh my, look at all the wires everywhere. Nothing is secured.
Everything's put together, and we got to the post screen. So what's next? Well, you need a USB flash drive with your Windows installation media on. So we've front glass the PC.
God, look at all the wires everywhere. Jeez. You have that touching your GPU. You have the power cable touching your GPU. You have this hanging out there. Oh, man, nothing is latched down. Nothing looks proper.
Everything's put together, and we got to the post screen. So what's next? Well, you need a USB.
I'm surprised this thing didn't fucking turn into a fucking pipe, into an IED. And just blew this up.
Flash drive with your
I'm
Windows
surprised you made it to
installation
post.
media on it, and of course a license key. So I plugged that up, installed Windows in a couple of minutes, installed a bunch of drivers, and now we have a fully functioning gaming PC ready to run some games. Right now I've got Arma 3 running at maximum settings, native resolution, which is 1080p HD, and it's running pretty smoothly. Like I'm averaging 70 and 80 FPS, and this is
because you're in a situation where your PC's not having to use a lot of processing power. You're in the clouds flying and stuff in a clear area. Like there's not a lot of things to program here for your PC to work with. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to make the clouds, the ocean, and maybe a few terrain here and there. And this is Arma 3, so why don't you go into full-scale warfare? Huh? See how your PC performs there.
It's normally like a very intensive game to run, and it's still doing a pretty good job. So,
not really. Arma 3 is not very intensive. Arma 3's been out for a very long time. You could literally run Arma 3 on mid-range PCs.
right now I'm playing League of Legends. It's one of my favorite games. I'm actually
How am I not surprised this guy's a League of Legends player? This guy is League of Legends players. How am I not surprised? Also, League of Legends is not a very intensive game. You could literally run League of Legends on a laptop, and it would work just fine. Because League of Legends is really a low-spec type of game. Yeah, you could run League of Legends literally anywhere. Laptop, low-end PC. It's not a very demanding game. This is a terrible usage. Have this thing run like Crysis or something. Yeah, put it through the Crysis test. Can it run Crysis? Can it run Crysis? Max settings, my friend. Let's see what happens then. Let's see if this thing doesn't turn into shrapnel.
playing against a bot, and I'm distracted, so I'm not actually doing so well. But otherwise, like, this is pretty much what you would see me do on a gaming computer. Test stuff out, and hopefully have really high frame rates like I am right now. I'm averaging 120 FPS.
So that's pretty much the end of it. It's just gonna go into the post screen. Oh, is there more?
Building a gaming desktop has been a great experience. I'm able to max out a lot of my favorite titles, and I'll be able to play a lot of upcoming titles like Battlefield 5 and Cyberpunk 2077.
2077. Are you fucking kidding? Are you absolutely fucking kidding? This man right here thought he could run 2077 with fucking that abomination of a PC. Not even high-end PCs could run 2077 on release. Had trouble running 2077 on release. Dude, no. Don't play 2077. This thing is going to explode. Will explode on you.
Without worrying too much about the parts I have, when ray tracing GPU...
No. 2080 GTX GeForce is not enough, my friend. It's not enough. Don't.
come out, for example, I'll be able to upgrade without having to buy a completely new system. And if I have a problem down the line, I can always just swap out a part and have it serviced rather than losing my whole computer. And of course now we also have a computer to test and benchmark games here at The Verge.
What the fuck are you gonna benchmark that thing in? If League of Legends is your standard of a benchmark, you've already fucked up. I feel like this doesn't need a description. No, this does, but still, it's. Oh my god. Okay, let's. All right, yeah, we're just at 2 hours. All right, let's look at some of the comments and. Oh god, there's 7,000. Let's just look at some of them. Did that go up? Whatever. Oh, he made a video with Linus Tech Tips. Together we're talking about the errors he did in the video. If you want to go ahead. Oh shit, is that him? Yeah, it's him. Yeah, it's him. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see some of the comments. This is how pre-built PCs are made. 2 years later, and I sometimes still wonder what he was planning on using the Allen wrench for. Yeah, he never used it. I just now realize he never used the Allen wrench. Like, you really just need a Phillips head screwdriver for all this thing. Every time he just wants to keep it. Yeah, that thing's gonna be a fucking furnace. Till you find what a Phillips is. Instead of just buying an actual screwdriver, his water cooling tutorial would be him dumping water into the case. Hold on, there's another one. Oh, here's a list of errors. Thank you, Joe Taylor Real Estate. List of errors. Battlefield 5. That's a big one. Thermal paste applicator. Redundant. Allen wrench is far from required and often included in any parts will require. Is often included in any parts that may require one. True. Those zip ties, cable ties, not tweezers. Yes. You just buy a screwdriver. If you have and no screwdriver, you feel like it's just messed up priorities. Yes. Who does not have a fucking screwdriver? Who doesn't? That's not it's just a rubber bracelet. Read it right. Unless you're a fragile robot, the bracelet is not meant to protect you. No, they aren't. Wait, hold on. What was that? What was that to?
The parts. These are the parts you're going to need, but more importantly, before we get there, we need to understand what these parts are doing and how.
Well, no, they aren't the parts you need because PC building is interchangeable. Okay, absolutely demolish the PCU box. What?
Box them, isolate.
Oh shit! I did not see that. How did I not see that? Hold on.
Part. So it's best you unbox.
Okay, so yeah, he gets all this out, and then he's trying to get the Corsair stuff out, and then all of a sudden he realizes he's like, oh, I can't seem to open this, and just decides, fuck it, I'm just gonna rip the box apart. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Yeah, just rips that fucker off. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Don't put them up. Yes, just what I said. Yeah. Always put together the CPU motherboard. Yeah, don't put the stuff on the motherboard first and then run a test. Put the CPU, motherboard, GPU, RAM, if applicable, and put them to boot test. Don't put them in the case. Built-in Wi-Fi shouldn't be the deciding factor in your motherboard purchases. You should look for compatible components above all. Yeah, if you're PC building and you're looking for built-in Wi-Fi on your fucking motherboard, you fucked up already. You have messed up already. That bitch should be fucking hard cabled with LAN. Should have a LAN cable. Like a true gamer. Like a true PC gamer. It's an IO shield, not a brace. Yeah. Don't hammer it in, just apply pressure until all sides stick in place. Also, don't install it upside down. Yeah. Yeah, that thing was just a... Okay. I'll shoot install it. Doesn't make this... I have... Once again, don't install a motherboard at this stage. Yeah. 2,666 megahertz isn't pretty fast for DDR. No, it's not. Not at all. In this footage, the stick is backwards. However, he later corrects this off camera in a quick edit. Of course. Okay, there's some more. Okay. It's more of a click and it's due to the tabs on the side locking back into place and the grooves on the side of the stick. Dual channel support. The M2 SSD comes with a spacer that he fails to use. Yeah, I was wondering why it was sticking up. Screwing it in directly in the motherboard somehow. It's not... Oh, shit, yeah, I think he did, yeah. Oh my god. It's not overclocking, it's still at factory settings. There's no way this guy can figure out how to overclock, and if he did, the PC would crumble. You should pick the top slot anyways. Yes, because that's the closest to the motherboard. Okay. Or, I don't know. I'm not the expert on PC building, I just followed the tutorial online, and somehow made it through. The PCU won't, or the PSU won't short circuit from you just touching the case. The rubber pads are probably for extra friction and to avoid scratching the case for PSU. Installing the PSU with fan facing inside the machine will suffocate it and hinder ideal airflow. Yeah, that's what I remember. That's what I remember a problem facing was the fan. I remember because I watched the videos of people actually reviewing this, and they were big, like their biggest criticism was the fan. Oh, jeez. Okay, the CPU should have been the first thing you installed in the motherboard before the motherboard was in the case. Yep. Like I said, CPU first in motherboard. CPU in motherboard first before anything. You can't install the radiator without fans with this PC case. It makes things way harder later. Without fans. They are lock screws because you need the fans. If you screw it in all the way without them, you will have a ripped a hole inside your radiator. Not every power supply will have a bag of cables. Many PSUs aren't modular, so the cables will be hardwired to the PSU. The cables should have been connected to the PSU before placing in the case. Yes. Thankfully, this case is very spacious, but more cases will make it hard to reach in to plug your modular cases, completely glossing over all the cable connections, including the one for the electronics in the case, which plug in the motherboard, power, restart, lights, etc. Finally, the CPU. Yep. Don't throw, oh god, yes. Don't throw that plastic cover away. If your motherboard is faulty, something he would know if he didn't. If he did a test boot, the manufacturer may require you to return it with the CPU cover attached. It's called a CPU socket. I refuse to believe that's a real thing. wait, hold on. Are you talking about the thermal paste applicator? Hold on.
And we're going to use the CPU.
Oh, yeah, the applicator thing. I don't remember anyone using this thing. I don't think anyone uses this thing. Okay. That isn't that crazy of a CPU to have, even in 2018. Oh, this was made in 2018. No, yeah, that's fucking... That thing is, like, basic as hell. Even in 2018. I don't know why he hyped it up like that. Once again, this guy doesn't overclock, not a chance. That amount probably is enough. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, he's seeing it. The thermal paste. Looks like someone that looks like someone fucking jizzed in on his fucking CPU. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Remember, a pea-sized drop of thermal paste at the center of the CPU is enough. Don't do this, or you risk it overflowing into the circuitry on the motherboard. No cable management has been done and is closing up the case. Yes. Before you close up the case, always fucking wire this shit down. Wire jungle. Remember, this is only cosmetically appealing, but good cable management can help with airflow, among other things. Yes. No way in hell, but even if you did, it should have been a surprise that as you should have done a test boot way early on. Both games he uses as a benchmark are easy to run, even for extremely subpar machines. Yeah, Arma's been out for fucking years. Hold on. Let me look up Arma. When was Arma released? Arma 3. When was Arma 3 released? 2013. Arma was released in 2013. And then you're telling me parts from in 2018 can't run fucking Arma. Yeah, unless you're putting in mods in Arma 3, you should be able to run Arma 3 no problem. It's like, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, WoW, and again, League of Legends is very simple. It's a very low intensive game. Ugh, lose my voice. Okay. Yikes. Don't get your hopes up on that one. No, you don't. Oh, is that the 2073? Good. That's the end of the video. Yeah. Yeah, and it just goes into that. Oh, a nice little compact list to help us point out what the fuck is going on with this. Fuck. Okay. So is it no wonder a surprise why PC or why game journalism is failing? Why it's in the state it's in now? Why they're getting laid off by the dozens, by the hundreds in some cases? Is it a surprise anymore? But you know, the year, like I said in the last live stream, the year is still young, so we still got a lot of time to see where this thing's gonna go. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it there and just I don't know. Maybe grab some Doritos and Mountain Dew or something. I don't know. Anyway, see ya.